John here. Y Combinator is a startup accelerator, but it's not just any, it's the startup accelerator, an organization where they take in applications from loads of different startups. If you get accepted into the accelerator, you get a 3-month super intensive course of basically how to be an entrepreneur, how to scale your startup as fast as possible, and you also get access to their network of mentors and investors and other successful business people who have been through Y Combinator. Some of the companies that went into it and then have come out to be massively successful: Airbnb, DoorDash, Dropbox, Stripe, Reddit. I applied to Y Combinator with my tech startup, and as you can tell from the title of this video,
I didn't get in.
I didn't get in. Y Combinator don't actually give feedback to individual companies who get rejected of why they got rejected, just because apparently they get tens of thousands of applications each year. But being critical of my own application, these are the reasons why I believe we got the rejection, and these are things that you can consider when writing your application to Y Combinator to give you a higher chance of being accepted. But just before we get into rejection reason number 1, please make sure to annihilate that like button, because one simple free like is all that it takes to help push this video out and really help support the channel. The first reason why I think we got rejected from YC is that it was a late application. YC say that they accept applications year round because it's basically a massive investment fund. They make investments in lots of startups and they want to make a return. They wouldn't want to miss out on a really good startup. The thing is though, YC do the startup accelerator in 2 batches, one in the summer for 3 months and one in the winter for 3 months. For each of those, there's about 100 places. If you apply late, a lot of those spaces will already have been filled. I actually submitted my application 2 weeks late after the official deadline. Well, I only found out that YC was a thing after the deadline had already passed. It was either wait for the winter applications, which was months away, or I could just get one in just a little bit late. And you know, if you don't put one in, you don't have any chance. So I thought I may as well put one in. With all that said, if you can get your application in early or on time, you'll be at an advantage over the people who are applying late because you'll be competing for more spaces. The second thing that I think contributed towards getting a rejection is that we didn't have any users. Something that investors in any business want to see is that people want it. They want to see evidence that people want what you are going to be offering.
2 people on stage, right? They flip a coin. One of them has to perform open heart surgery. The other one has to receive open heart surgery. We call it open heart surgery.
When I submitted our application, we were in the really early sort of business planning concept phase. So we didn't really have a fleshed out team, didn't have a product, we didn't have any users. Y Combinator do say that they will accept people with nothing but an idea, but if you're going to be competing against the future Dropboxes and Airbnbs, you got to have a pretty good idea and a lot of other things going for you. The third and possibly most important reason why we didn't get into Y Combinator, I think, is because we didn't have a product demonstration video. Well, we didn't even have a product, so there's nothing to demonstrate. But if we did, that would really help whoever at Y Combinator who was judging our application see our vision for what we were trying to create. If they're getting tens of thousands of applications, they're only going to spend a couple of minutes on each one to decide whether it's worth reading more of. So they're just going to look at the most important questions that we've answered. If they're not convinced by that, if it's not really compelling, they're just going to bin it.
What do you mean? Because it's trash.
Regardless of how good the overall application is, because they just don't have time to read it all. So if we did have a video demoing our product, I think that would have given us a much better chance. At the time, we didn't really have a fully fleshed out team. It was just me and my friend Jake, so I'm sort of the engineering capacity, and he has a master's degree in human computer interaction. With the tech startup being kind of economics, financy related, we're missing a key person of the team. There's some technical aspects that we just didn't really know how we're going to work, and even though I tried to blag that a bit in the application, I don't think they bought it. I think they could probably see straight through that. Now we've solved that, we've got a third person in the team, a professor of economics. If you're missing some people from the team, find some co-founders, get them on board, and then do your application. Y Combinator really stress that you need to have the people in-house to build the products. Like if you don't have the technical expertise or the ability to build whatever it is you're pitching, they're not going to fund it.
No! No!
Things that you should definitely be doing in your application. You want to be concise, because like I said, they get tens of thousands of applications. If they're just reading something that's waffling on, they're going to bin it. You want to be in a business category that they're specifically looking to fund. Now they've got a list on their website. I'll leave a link down in the description. You also want to show that you and your team have complementary skills, non-overlapping skills and responsibilities. And you also want to say whatever your unique insight is into the problem. What is it that you know that other people don't know about the problem, which has enabled you to come up with this unique solution? And last but not least, you need to show that the founding team, the people you're wanting to do the startup with, have a long-standing relationship and that you work well together. The number one reason why startups fail is not because the idea is not good or because they can't get users or because they can't build the product. It's because the founding team breaks up, either because of some kind of falling out or because one or more of the founders start working on something else and then the other startup just sort of fizzles out. I'll absolutely be applying again. You heard the intro, $125,000 at a 7% stake, so $1.8 million valuation thereabouts, and also a 3-month intensive course, and also access to investors and other people who have been through YC. It sounds like the dream. According to YC, apparently about half of all the companies that they accept into each batch are reapplicants, so they've applied at least 2 times before they got in. And I think the reason for that is that if you submit a second or subsequent application, you can show how much progress you've made in the meantime. And it also shows that, crucially, you're really committed to the startup. If it's the same team, you've not split up yet, then obviously you're working well together. So if you do submit an application to Y Combinator and you don't get accepted the first or even the second or even third time, don't get disheartened. Each time you submit a subsequent application, it's going to be stronger and your chances of getting in are going to be more and more. Best of luck with your next YC application. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, get your free stocks down below in the description, all that stuff. Thanks for watching. This is Debt to Millionaire.